When Hitler stayed here, as well as when he was in Berlin, the whole Nazi regime revolved around him. His personality determined the way in which Germany was governed. And his was not the daily regime of a workaholic. Hitler was indolent, as those who worked closely for him discovered.
Hitler normally appeared shortly before lunch, quickly read through the newspaper cuttings of Reich press chief Dietrich, and then went into lunch. When Hitler stayed at the Obersalzberg, it was even worse. There he never left his room before 2 in the afternoon. Then he went into lunch. He spent most afternoons taking a walk. In the evenings, straight after dinner, there were films.
In the 12 years of his rule in Germany, Hitler produced the biggest confusion in government that has ever existed in a civilized state.
I've sometimes secured decisions from him, even ones about important matters, without his ever asking to see the relevant files. He took the view that many things sorted themselves out on their own, if one did not interfere.
He was meant to be seen as the all-powerful, all-knowing leader who prevailed over a system of total order. But the contrast between image and reality was quite a stark one, because far from it being a very orderly structure of command, in fact, it was very disorganized and rather chaotic. It is really quite a remarkable system, if you can call it a system at all, of one where there is no collective government, but yet where the head of state himself actually doesn't spend all his time dictating.
Hitler and the Nazis created a unique and peculiar form of government. Hitler was surrounded by acolytes who knew that their future depended on finding a way to please their Führer. They strove always to be near him, accompanying him on whatever trips took his fancy. Though Hitler may have had little interest in regular hours of work or the detail of policies, he did have visions of what he wanted for Germany. And as Hitler talked in an endless monologue, ambitious Nazis would listen to him closely. Then, on their own initiative, they tried to think of ways in which his vision could become a reality. They made up the detailed policy themselves and said they were acting on the will of the Führer.
Sie beriefen sich auf eine Entscheidung des Führers, auf ein Wort des Führers, auf eine Meinung des Führers. Ich muss Ihnen sagen, es war zum Schluss eher fragwürdig, ob das so war. Da stand einer an der Tür, zufällig, als Adolf Hitler zu Tisch ging und mit seinem Nachbarn was zurief, und der hat gedacht, das ist jetzt der Wille des Führers.